Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be building a multi-gen family home in Delsel Valley in the Upland lot in like that middle neighborhood. I forgot the name of the neighborhood, but in that middle neighborhood of Delsel Valley. And this lot's pretty big. It's gonna be a pretty big home. This lot is 40 by 30. So there was a lot of like backyard and front yard and just yard in general to work with. But this house has, I believe it has 4 bedrooms upstairs and then 1 downstairs, but you could turn that into like an office or like a playroom or a guest bedroom, but I decided to make it a grandma's bedroom, so that's where like the multi-gen part comes in. Yeah, you could turn it into basically another like multi-use room or something like that. But yeah, so this house has 5 bedrooms and then it has, I believe, 4 bathrooms. I end up not showing, or I end up furnishing most of the bathrooms off camera except for the master bedroom, so you won't see me furnish any bedrooms in this part, but you'll see me do the master bathroom in the second part, because this video is going to be 2 parts. I've never done a 2-part video, but today I am, because this build actually took a really long time to make, and like sped up. It's about 56 minutes long, I think, or maybe like a whole hour, I forgot exactly. So, and that's like way too long for me to talk. I can't talk that long. I can barely like talk for 30 minutes without, bumbling and stuff. So, it's gonna be a 2-parter. I'm not sure if the second part is gonna have commentary, because time-wise, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, sit down and do that and then have this out in like a timely manner. But I'll try to. If it doesn't, it's probably just gonna have no commentary and just like background music. And I'll try to find background music that isn't like bad to listen to. But if I can't, I'll just do the voiceover. I'll make time. But yeah, so this is gonna be a 2-part. The first part is gonna be just the just like building the shell, like what you're seeing on screen right now. And then the whole downstairs minus the bedroom. And then the second part is just gonna be like the whole upstairs, which is just all bedrooms, and then the downstairs bedroom. That's basically what the second part's gonna be. But yeah, let's get into the actual build. So I wanted this build to, when I was thinking of like what type of build I wanted to do, I wanted to do like a California or like West Coast, well, more so like California, like Southern California suburban like family home. But I kind of had, I knew I wanted to do this like what would you call it, like architectural design type house. So like where you have the side, like I guess the main entrance living room of the house be 1 story, and then on the side you have the 2-story area of the house. I wanted to do that. And I thought, well, I don't know if this is like a more of an East Coast type design, because I know I see it a lot on the East Coast. I've never been to the West Coast, so I don't really know. But well, I imagine this is probably very popular in the West Coast as well. But so like I was saying, I see this a lot in the East Coast, and so like, driving about, doing like regular stuff, or like just living regular life, I guess, you see this type of house a lot in the East Coast. So I wanted to do this type of design, because I don't think I've done it yet in The Sims. But I wanted to make it like more West Coast as opposed to the more like East Coast brick and siding. I decided to go for like a stone and stucco vibe, which I think turned out well. I think it looks like a house that you'd see in like suburban California, maybe. If it's wrong, Sorry about that. I've never been to the West Coast, so I don't really know. Um, but yeah, so that's what I decided to do, like architecturally. Um, and I end up changing the like basically the stone and stucco and all the trim and stuff because I originally did this, but I thought that it looked weird with like the really warm toned windows to have like cool toned stone and stucco and trim. I don't know, it just ended up looking weird to me. So I ended up changing it to like a yellow stucco and then like an orange toned brick, or no, orange toned stone from, I think the stone is from Horse Rancher, and then the stucco is from Love Struck. It's like the outer wall. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like outer wall something or outer something wall. Um, because I wanted the house to look yellow originally, but then I thought it was gonna be like too much, especially when the sun hits it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like too much yellow, like it's too bright. Um, but I ended up going for it because I found the Love Struck wall and it turned out pretty well. It didn't look too bad. And so yeah, I ended up changing that. So all this cool tone stuff that you see, it's gonna be a lot more warm toned in like a couple minutes. I didn't furnish the I didn't do the landscaping on camera just because that was gonna take way too long. Landscaping always takes me really like a really long time, so I never really do it on camera unless it's like maybe like a small build, I'll do it. But if it's a big build, I won't do it. Especially because this lot was very big, so I had to do a lot of like filling in the space in the backyard. I added a pool, added a dining table, added lounge chairs. I added like a little, not like a garden area, but like where you can garden, like you know, potted plants. I added a back porch that has like a lot of plants on it, and that has like a little fountain area, and then like two chairs where you like relax. And then I also added like a pergola, and then three outdoor love seats, and then I added a back yard garage um because a lot of the houses in this world have like that back garage, and so I figured I'd add one to this build as well. And in there I don't really show that furnishing either just because it's you know, to save on time. But back there I think I just added like a debug car, a bunch of like old furniture, so like the couch from, I forgot, I think it's called like the werewolf pack. I forgot what it's called, but like that couch. So just think of like furniture like that. And then I added like some video and audio production stuff that came with Get Famous because I imagine one of the parents um, in this family works in like the back end, like the behind the scenes of the studio production stuff. So like, you know, not an actor, but like works behind the scenes with actors and stuff like that on movie sets and stuff. So I added a bunch of that into the garage, and then yeah, that's basically all I added in the garage. It's basically like a storage and then like, you know, parking garage. Oh, perfect. So now you can see that we're gonna get into like the build or like the inside furnishing. Um, and so I hope the audio is not too bad. If you hear like background noises, I'm really sorry. I haven't really figured out like the gain on this mic, but I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, going into the actual build, I wanted, oh, so I did the floor plan off camera and choosing the walls and floors. Um, I did all of that off camera because it takes me a long time um to really like choose what type of swatches I want. And to save on time, I just did it off camera. I also furnished the bathrooms off camera, so you won't see me furnish any bathrooms except for the master bedroom in the second part, or master bathroom in the second part. That's the only one that I did keep in. Um, but basically, they all just like, you know, kind of, it's just like basic, like base game for most of the bathrooms. I just keep them like pretty base game. But yeah, going into the living room, I wanted this front room to be like the front room in houses that no one uses, so like just for show. So I put in the seating area, and I put in a dining area that I imagine that no one uses. And I wanted to go for the type of style I wanted to go for was I wanted to go for a more like Tuscan early 2000 type style, but with like hints of like Southwest style. I don't know if this makes sense, but I was thinking more like, like a Southwest Arizona, Southern California type early 2000s vibe. That's what I was going for. And so I kept like I kept everything warm toned for the most part. And I thought these walls that kind of have that like patterning, I don't know what it's called, but it's like maybe like a stucco pattern, like an indoor stucco. No, it's called like plaster. Ah, there you go. Like this plaster look reminded me so much of like that early 2000s Tuscan style, so I decided to use it. And then these floors from Jungle Adventure I thought were like perfect for this build, so I used that all throughout the bottom. And then I think I do like red toned wood upstairs, but yeah, I use this all throughout the bottom of the build. And yeah, so this is basically me just furnishing. I don't like clutter up too much, just because this is like the front room. I imagine you don't want a lot of clutter. I don't really clutter my builds like too much, just because I don't really like playing with a bunch of clutter, just because sometimes I found that it's just it'll get in the way of things, or like it'll make things inaccessible, and it really bothers me to have to like go in and out and have to like click or like delete things and move things. So I try not to clutter like really like tight areas. And I feel like this front room was kind of tight. Like, I don't know, it's big, but at the same time it's small. Like, I felt like the furniture was really big. But yeah, so I add this like really big dining table where I imagine like the family gets together on like holidays, or when like really important people come over, they like kick out the big dining table. And I believe this is from, I forgot, I don't remember the names of all these packs, but I think this one's like that marriage pack that came with like that Italian type world, or like that Mediterranean world. This is that dining table from there, and then these chairs are from Discovery University. And then this bar I think is from Vintage Glamour, if I'm not wrong. I was gonna add like you saw me try to add like a mini bar, like an actual bar thing, but in here, but it was like too tight. So I ended up adding it in the living room, the like secondary living room. And I was trying to add these pots, but I don't know, they looked weird. And since I don't have the tool mod right now, I can't like move stuff around. So I ended up just like adding a chair in that corner, because I was thinking, like, I always see that in houses, even though technically this one doesn't make sense because the whole table's taken up, so why would you have like a ninth chair? But for the sake of putting something there, I just put a chair there. But we're not even at that part yet. But yeah, so I was going. I think I was gonna put like this kind of like textured blanket, or like, I don't know what it's called. Um, I think it was like I think it's like a blanket from Jungle Adventure. Um, but it was too big, so I putting this ended up deleting the walls and putting in this kind of like canyon style painting. Um, and then I think I just like put in more clutter, like uh on top of this like what is this called, like timber, um I forgot what it's called. Hearth, right? I think it's called a hearth. Actually might be wrong, so yeah, I don't know. But ended up putting like some clutter on here. You can see me struggling to put stuff on here. So I ended up, just putting in like 4 things. I wanted to clutter it up more, but I was struggling. So this is where I put the chair. Now that I'm looking at it, it like really doesn't make sense to have a 9th chair at an 8-seater, but we'll just leave it there. And then I brought out this table from, I believe it's like the movie Hangout. I think it's called Movie Hangout. I really, really love this table. I really liked it so much. It was so cute. Like the painted on flowers, I thought looked so good in here. And then you see me struggle to put a mirror. We need to talk about the mirrors. Why are the mirrors so high? Like, why are they so high? I had to, like, delete this wall and manually, like, put it up to, like, a regular height because it looks ridiculous, like, when you put it in. Like, why is it so high? I don't know if, like, the Sims are, like, that tall. I haven't really ever, like, paid attention to how tall they are in relation to the mirrors, but it just looked weird. Like, it looked so ridiculous. I was so mad doing this because I struggled. And then I tried to put this on top, and then you see me like look, and it's like, oh, like it was clipping through the ceiling. And what's going on with the ceiling? Is that glitch fixed? I haven't gone in and actually looked at the ceilings anymore. But yeah, they were like glitched, and so when I was taking and it seems to only be for like areas that don't have a second floor. But yeah, I had to, when I was going in to take screenshots, I noticed like the ceiling was blue, and I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I ended up putting this mirror from Love Struck, this new one, which is like a really cute mirror. I really like it. And then I was trying to put in those candles, uh, but I don't know. I thought they just looked weird. Like they looked out of place. So I ended up just putting, I think these are from, I forgot what the pack is called, but the Tomarang pack. Those 2 like lamps. And then I ended up putting some carpet from, I believe one of them is from Horse Rancher and the other is from Dream Home Decorator. And then moving on into the hallway, and I didn't clutter up this hallway either, like very much. I just put this table from, I believe, Backyard Stuff, which I really like this table. I thought like the red tone matched perfectly with the couches in the primary living room, and I really like the little like, what's it called, like tablecloth, I guess, tablecloth thing, with the flowers, with the purple flowers. It was so cute. And then I used this painting from Love Struck, which I really, really love this painting. It is such a pretty painting. It reminds me of um, like, like little towns in Latin America, like where my family's from. It reminds me of like towns, which is what it is like inspired of. Like Love Struck is inspired by Latin America, and I don't know, I just really love that painting. And then I clutter up that table, and then over here I kind of struggled. I wanted to put like I wanted to make like a family gallery wall, but I ended up not doing that. And then I was gonna put that like hanging piece that you saw, but it looked weird. So I just ended up putting this orange one. I think I do. Yeah, so I ended up putting that one from Jungle Adventure, and I thought it looked good. And then in here I used this bookcase from, I forgot exactly what the pack is also called. There's just so many packs, so many names to remember, but it's the that like the new Jewel and Crystal Creations kit, which I really love. This bookcase, it's really, really cute. And so I just clutter that up with like these boxes from Dream Home Decorator. I use the Dream Home Decorator boxes all the time. And then just like base game items, this I think Love Struck lamp, and then I think that book, I mean that that book, that box is from Everyday Clutter. And then here's me making that bar area because I decided I was gonna make this like a play area for the child, but then I like imagined there's only one. I don't really think they need like a whole play area. Because I mean, they have a room. um, and so I decided to just make it a bar because I imagine this family is like a very host type of family. Like they like to host and they like to have friends over and stuff like that. They're very like social, especially with one of them working in um the like uh studios production. I imagine they like have a lot of friends and make a lot of um acquaintances, and they meet a lot of new people. Um, and so over here I'm just putting in like these frames, and then I put like the wine bottle on the bar to make it look, I guess, used, like it gets used. And then yeah, I kind of struggled over here for like a minute to see what I wanted to put on the wall, but then I just like forget it, whatever. I don't know what to put. And then over here I used this couch from what, I forgot what it was called. I think it's like the basement something kit. Um, the basement. We're gonna call it the basement crit. We're gonna call it Grandma's basement. I actually think it might. It's something basement. Um, but we're gonna call it Grandma's basement. So I used this couch from the Grandma's basement kit, and it because I wanted to make this living room look lived in. Like they don't have like nice, like super nice couches in this room because this is a room that gets used a lot. Especially because this is a family of 6, so a lot of people. Um and I ended up using these red toned like coffee table, and not even like red toned console table. It's like a red console table. Um And then I ended up putting like a bunch of different chairs, like mixing and matching, but making sure they're still within like that red wood tone. So this one is from Growing Together. This one is from that basement kit, I believe. Or these two like armchairs are from that basement kit. And then I mentioned this is Grandma's chair. This is Grandma's chair. It's very like dainty and old lady-ish with the pattern. Um, but yeah, so she has her own chair, her own special chair. And then I believe I just put this end table and then like a lamp on it. And then um, I end up cluttering. I don't clutter this too much either. This room either a lot. I think if I remember correctly, I don't clutter it up too much. I think I just had like a gallery wall. Yeah, I imagine these are like old actors, old Hollywood actors, um, that the parent who works in like studio production really loved watching growing up. And then I put this box of pillows and blankets. I put those magazines over on the end table. And then I add these pillows because I thought the couch looked kind of bare. So I add these pillows from Base Game and I forgot what the pack is called. Oh, I think I clicked like the 9 key or something, and it just like flung the camera away. Um, stopped for a bit. I don't know what happened. Oh, I just glitched for a little bit. Um, but I end up putting those pillows on there to make it look a lot more comfortable. And then I ended up putting a lot of like board games because I imagine this is like a board game family. And then I just clutter up um, the coffee table with like this chess piece, phone, glasses. Oh, maybe not the phone. But yeah, here's me taking out the board games. I ended up putting the board games on the console table under the TV. Um, and then I wanted to place this, like, I always try to put that pot somewhere, but it never works out, especially because I think it has like I think it has like shade. Like it makes it like creates like a weird distortion of light. Like it makes it has like a shadow around it. But yeah, so I put those board games over there. And then I put like a book here. And yeah, moving on into back into the hallway. I think I put like a carpet, this red carpet. And then that's basically it for the hallway and living room and that other side. So yeah, we're going on into the kitchen. It seems like I stopped again. Uh, but back on into the build. I don't know why I was like stopping so much, but um, anyways, back into the kitchen. Now we're into the kitchen. Um, I decided to go with the purple kitchen because it was originally going to be like orange or yellow. It was originally going to be orange, the orange that's in the bathroom, or like maybe the yellow that's in the laundry room. Like that yellow that you see over there. I think it was going to be originally be yellow, but then I thought, why not purple? Because I never do anything like purple, and I saw this color and I thought it was like so pretty. Um, and I was gonna make like the main bedroom this color, but then I was like, no, let me just do it in the kitchen, and I thought it went so well with this backsplash that came with Love Struck. Um, I thought it looked so good with it, and I was like, I'll just make this kitchen like purple. And this purple, I love this purple because it gives me like witchy vibes, like fall witchy vibes. Um, but yeah, I love that purple so much, and I thought the kitchen turned out really well, even though like I don't usually see like purple kitchens in real life. I thought this actually went really well. Um, and so here I am just cluttering up the kitchen with like some of these like food containers, this mortar and pestle. I think it's mortar and pestle. These like condiments, uh, and then like some utensils, some food containers again. And then over here I add a sink looking back onto or looking out onto the back porch, and then dishwasher. I add the trash can over here, which I usually always add it like to the side. If I have space, I'll put it in front of a cabinet. But this time I could add it to the side. Microwave, um, coffee machine, and then I think I add like wine. I think an iron pot from Horse Rancher, and then like a fruit bowl from Love Struck. So I don't like clutter up this side too much, because I also want stuff to be like accessible. I want you guys to be able to use the counter. That's always like a big fear of mine because I always forget to like play test builds. I always try to make sure there's like at least one counter that has like no clutter on it whatsoever, because it's always like a fear of mine is uploading something that like doesn't work, especially because I'm so forgetful that I never like playtest anything. Um, but I always try to make sure that even if I don't playtest something, I'm like sure it'll work. Um, but yeah, going on into the like eating area, I put like those two bar stools from, I believe these are from Love Struck as well. I was gonna put these curtains up, but they look like weird. I don't know. They looked too like, I don't know. They just didn't go with like the vibe. So I decided to go curtainless, and I was like, you know, I think this is fine. This is like the backyard area. Um, so I decided to use this red tone table from, this is from Parenthood. Yes, Parenthood. Um, and then these tables from Backyard Stuff that match that hallway table. Um, I really like how it matched because you can kind of like see them when I was like taking screenshots. You could like see them matching, and I thought that was so cute. And then I put up this calendar from Cats and Dogs. And then I think I put in like this poster from the bistro stuff kit, the bistro kit, and then I put in the base game, this base game kind of like display cabinet to the side. And then I think I just put like I think like a salt and pepper shaker, like a condiments, uh yeah, like a salt and pepper shaker right here on the table. um and this is the table I imagine they use like frequently. um and then you can see that's like the bathroom that I already pre like furnished. That's the bathroom. And then you can also see I kind of already furnished the laundry room, but I go in to like put in like some laundry soap, some laundry detergent, and then like a shelf. So I don't do too much in the laundry. Um, and then the back entrance, I basically just put like a seating area, um, and a seating area, and then like some hangers, some plants. I think like the bag that came with the everyday clutter kit. And then in the kitchen we're done. You saw me put in like that carpet. Um, but yeah, we're nearing the end of the build. And then after this, you're gonna see the screenshots of the first floor, and then I'm also gonna include screenshots of the backyard. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in part 2. Bye!